What's up, everybody? The question of whether or not the 49ers should or shouldn't have chosen to receive or kick the ball to start overtime in the Super Bowl continues to be debated. As you know, the 49ers chose to receive, kicked a field goal, and then Mahomes did what Mahomes does, aka led the Chiefs down the field to score the game-winning touchdown. It's the way it goes. Hindsight is 2020, but I believe this NFL debate might be more intense and longer lasting in part because of teams like the Detroit Lions, who have demonstrated a commitment to calculated risk-taking. More specifically, because of their rockstar offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, and his tendency to go for it on fourth down. Often. Let me explain the two parts of the Ben Johnson story that I find to be the most interesting. One, Ben Johnson grew up in Asheville, North Carolina, where he led his high school team to a state championship as their QB before walking on at UNC. If you go to his UNC profile page, which in the Wayback Machine still exists on the World Wide Web, here's the first part that captured my attention. Quote unquote, is proficient in solving difficult math equations. Here's a quote from an article talking about this stuff about Ben. So he walked out on at North Carolina in 2004 and spent 3 years as the Tar Heels' third-string quarterback while studying mathematics and computer science. He enjoyed running computer games. He once built a hockey game, Sexton recalled, and solving complex math equations. Ben really is uncommonly bright, said John Shoup, his offensive coordinator and position coach at UNC in 2007. But he also has common sense and interpersonal skills to go with it. Foreshadowing the second bit. So the second part, relationships. Another quote from more coverage of Ben's background. In between drills, he stood on the sideline with Sam Howell, a fellow North Carolina quarterback whom the Commanders would go on to draft in the 5th round that spring. In a video the Lions shared, Howell asked Johnson why he had become a coach. One word, Johnson told him, relationships. Relationships were among the reasons Johnson pulled his name from consideration for head coaching jobs last offseason, and Campbell believes, head coach, that the decision made him a better coach and gave him a more complete view of what his next gig might entail. Campbell speaking here, he's starting to look for and ask these questions about roster, game day, building a team, what you're looking for, front of the room, Campbell said. And I think it served him well. It's a credit to him, man. Not many people would do that. End quote. A rockstar offensive coordinator who studied computer science with a high relationships quotient is someone who most definitely understands the people, process, and technology equation inherent in calculated risk-taking, aka winning more games as a result. It's not enough just to have the technology. You have to have the relationship capital and the building to put it to work. Ben Johnson and the Lions clearly have that. That's all I got for today. Big shout out to Ben Johnson and the Lions. We were all rooting for you. Hopefully things will work out next year. Take care.